Owner threw a puppy in the forest, but look what the wolves did. An owner abandoned a puppy in the forest, a decision that sparked an astonishing chain of events. Deep in the wilderness, a pack of wolves reacted in an unexpected manner that defied all predictions. A faint, desperate whimper cut through the woodland's usual symphony, a plaintive cry from a puppy just a few weeks old. Huddled beneath a gnarled oak, his burnt caramel fur was matted with damp leaves, and his wide, liquid brown eyes conveyed an overwhelming, bewildered sadness. He couldn't comprehend the sudden change. One moment, he was nestled warmly against his mother's side, and the next, he was left alone, the fading scent of his human family lingering like a ghost. His cries echoed through the deepening woods, unheard by most, yet they reached the ears of a creature whose world was usually defined by harsh survival instincts. A sleek, gray she-wolf moved with purposeful silence until she paused mid-stride. Her heavy belly, fueled by the hunger of her hidden cubs, propelled her onward. Normally, she hunted small game like rodents or the occasional deer fawn, yet by instinct, dogs were seen as intruders encroaching on her territory, sentencing the air with their alien odors. Yet, something in the pup's heartbroken wails tugged at a long-forgotten chord within her. A primal instinct akin to the one that drove her to care for her own young surfaced. Cautiously, she approached, the pup's small body trembling as she drew nearer. Instead of recoiling, he lifted his head, a tiny tail thumping against the damp earth. He had no fear of the massive creature looming above him, only an innocent trust, a desperate plea for warmth and comfort. The she-wolf nuzzled him gently, her rough tongue licking at his face. She couldn't quite explain the feeling, but it mirrored the pain she felt for her own pup in the nest, and a strange kind of maternal understanding dawned in her eyes. She knew she couldn't keep him. He was a dog, not a wolf, and she couldn't risk her own cubs by bringing him to the den. But she couldn't leave him, not now. With a gentle nudge, she guided him to the edge of the forest, to a path he wouldn't have known existed, a pathway she knew so well. Roy Jackson, the gamekeeper, was an old man, his face etched with the wisdom of a life spent in the woods. He remembered the wolf cub his own childhood dog had nursed back from the brink of death decades ago. He was tending to his traps, the silence of the woods his only companion since old Gerald, his faithful German shepherd, had passed away months prior. He was still adjusting to the deafening quiet of his life without his loyal friend. That's when he saw her, the she-wolf, emerge from the trees. Her gaze was fixed not on him, but on something small and whimpering at the edge of the path. He raised his rifle, his heart pounding, but something in her stance held him back. It was not the stance of aggression, but of urgency, of almost pleading. Then he saw it. A puppy, a pitiful ball of fur, cowering beneath the she-wolf. The she-wolf whined softly and nudged the puppy forward, making direct eye contact with Roy for just the briefest of seconds. She stepped back into the darkness and faded into the trees, leaving the puppy to face the man. Roy lowered his gun, a slow realization dawning. He approached cautiously, crouching down to the puppy's level. The pup, instead of barking or running, looked up at him, his tail giving a weak wag. Roy knew the puppy's breed well, a mix of farm dogs and hunting hounds. He knelt, offering the pup a palm. Tentatively, the puppy began to lick his fingers. Roy picked up the little creature, surprised by how light he was, and felt his stoic heart do a little flip. Realizing he couldn't leave the puppy behind with the evening chill approaching, he carried him back to his cabin with quiet resolve. Roy carefully cleaned him up, fed him warm milk, and watched as the puppy finally curled up, safe and snug, in a corner by the fireplace. With a certainty that surprised him, Roy knew this little companion was here to stay. Over the next few weeks, the puppy flourished. His infectious energy and unwavering loyalty soon had him following Roy on patrols, sniffing out tracks and alerting him to the subtle movements of the woods. The gamekeeper felt a warmth bloom in his chest, a feeling he hadn't experienced since Gerald's departure. He decided to name the newcomer Lesnick, meaning forester in his native tongue. Once again, he had found an unexpected helper and friend. What an incredible story! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.